Jane on Moses, please report to the office. Jane on Moses, please report to the office.
I sewed on my anchor symbol at the top. It's a symbol for peace. Because in my family, peace is really hard to get.
We wanted you to sit with your mother and stitch because I bet you did a lot of talking. What did you learn?
I learned that I was Czechoslovakian and German.
Okay.
And I learned a lot of stuff about my family and heritage.
And the heart is for love. And the red that kind of looks like henna is from questions and things that I don't know and things I wonder about. And the cross with the star around it is for a bright future.
In elementary school, I was used to the drawing, and I just realized, I'm not good at this. It was just kind of this repetitive thing where, each time I did it, it wasn't getting any better. But whenever I got to middle school, these new projects that were a little bit different, and they used not pencil and paper. It was more of working with material and fabrics and metal, which kind of also reflected what we were learning in school, because the school was centered around history.
I knew it was an opportunity because it was different to work with various artists. Before in art class, I only worked with my art teacher, but we actually had other artists come in and they gave me different input and different views and different opinions. And I think that influenced me to look at art in different ways and to, whenever I make art, to hear other people's opinions and to give constructive criticism.
The project with the SEC has been very important to Pittsburgh Classical Academy. Not only is it done in art class, worked on in art class, but it goes out into all the other classes too. It's an interdisciplinary project. And the children just don't make quilts in art class. They don't just learn how to sew. They also learn how to write about a quilt. They also learn how to make adinkra symbols in social studies. They also dye fabric in science class. So it goes on into all the other classes, and that's very important, I think, so that the student thinks that, art, you can be creative in art, but you can take it in so many other ways as well.
And we picked our adinkra symbol. It would have a meaning, and you would pick the meaning that would match with your family. I picked strength because we are strong on the outside and we're strong on the inside.
Yes.
Your distant family?
Your distant family. Who are those people that are distant family? Yes. You want to answer some more?
One thing that I think that I want to instill in them is that they are an individual, that they have a gift, and that they can realize their gift. I only want to open up their minds to the process. Somewhere along the line somebody else will add other layers to it, but I want to engage them to be enthusiastic about it. And the best way to do that is to start with yourself. So it's about family and traditions we're talking about, which is also to look a little deeper into their situation, where they came from. Maybe they've never thought about it. Maybe nobody had the time to tell them that the people around them are important, that they have something to say. Maybe you've never asked your grandmom or your granddad or the neighbor about where they came from. So we're talking about migration. Okay, how people migrated, if they migrated from the south or if they just migrated from the north side to the south side. Each child's story is important, and we embrace their story.
We're very pleased to have the residency program here, and I think what it adds to our program is a level of connectedness, that the students are connecting to the curriculum, not only the art, but we're a classical history magnet, and so they get to learn about history and art and science and everything connected and see the relationships. But it adds another element as well. Being that we're a magnet school, our students come from all over the city, And when they come here, they don't know anyone. And so I think that it's a nice way for the kids in 6th grade to get to know each other because they get to present their quilts and talk a little bit about their families. So it's a nice piece for us 6th graders to do at the beginning of the year. So it certainly is a wonderful addition to our program.
I like to skateboard by myself, and I like to go holiday shop. I like to go Christmas shopping with my mom, and I do martial arts. I celebrate the Kwanzaa.
Did you get that thing that's like a thing?
And this one is for me because I love to play chess, and it's amusing.
Mm-hmm. And did you come up with this whole concept on the outside?
Yeah, my elementary school's colors were yellow and blue, so I figured I should incorporate some of my past into this.
Okay.
And I just did a real loose whip stitch around the whole edge, and then just took a needle threaded with the yellow and ran it right through.
Oh my goodness. So you really did kind of invent a lot of things. Did you sew before?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, that's good.
It's like it was like a really good beginning because you sort of learn what has to be put into art in order to make it art, like a meaning. A lot of the time, like they'd say, well, what would you like your box to be like? What about you? How does that tie in with you? Why are you interested in that form, shape thing? And of course, you always have to have an answer, and it would make sense.
This one is for my grandma, my other grandma that lives with me. And then
This one's you.
yeah, this one's the brown, and this one is me. I chose these two because I was like 5 minutes from the ocean, so I thought that was really cool.
One of the things that we believe at Society for Contemporary Craft is that craft is integrated into all levels of learning. For example, you can't learn how to turn a wooden bowl without learning a little bit about the density of wood and why some woods are denser than others, or what it means to have a grain of the wood that you have to work with. Or you can't plan a circular quilt without knowing a little bit about circumference and diameter. You can't work with metals without learning a little bit about the science, chemistry, and physics behind metals. So we really wanted to start the Museum School partnership with that idea of integrating arts into all levels of the curriculum and not just keeping it in its own separate box that kids did for half an hour at the end of the day when they were done with all the real school.